Good morning, dreamers. How are you? I hope you're doing all right. Sometimes you need the coffee. Coffee and I are friends. It will always be there for me, except when that tin runs out. So, gotta admit, I've had a really rough pain week. And I was struggling on Tuesday. It was the day I was chatting with my therapist, so it was actually good that I was struggling, so that I could talk to him in the moment of struggle. But he asked me an amazing question. And that's the thing with therapists, is that the good ones, they don't tell you what to do. They pull out of you what you already know you need to do. And my dad's excellent that way too. He's not a therapist, but he's so good at not telling, but asking. I'm so fortunate to have him, and to have the therapist and the life coach and the everybody else to help me out. I'm very fortunate, and I would be lost without them all. But my therapist said, after we'd been processing how I was handling being low and being in pain, he says, so is there anything you're not doing that you should be doing? What? I'm doing all the things. That phrase, all the things. And he's like, okay, just think. Don't answer quickly. And I'm like, I looked down at my feet, and I had chosen flip-flops for the day instead of my compression socks. And when things get bad in my pain world, I need to wear compression socks. That's just how it is, and there's no shame in that. That's not because I'm old. And even if it is because I'm old, well, guess what? I'm old. Okay. So in order to take care of myself, I need compression socks. And sure enough, the part that was really in mind-turning pain, in other words, my mind was turning from the task towards the pain, were my feet. And I said, yeah, you know what? I'm not wearing my compression socks. I made a choice this morning to go barefoot in sandals instead of wearing the compression socks under a long pair of pants and whatever, right? Bad choice. Not the best choice. But I wanted to wear a cute dress. Doesn't matter. Sometimes your body talks to you, right? And you need to listen. Wow. So yesterday I wore the compression socks, long pants, beautiful day. And today I'm wearing the compression socks, long pants, beautiful day. It's actually a little bit cloudy, but it's not cool.
What about second
And I thought, all right, I have to do for myself what I need to do for myself. It's such a simple thing. And I think there's a lot of people out there who want to get well. They sincerely do. But they don't want to get well as much as they want to not deal with the pain. I don't know if that made any sense whatsoever. But I hear people, I want to get well, I want to get well. One of my friends, she is like my hero in this. She's got so many conditions. And she's like, no, I want to get well. I will get well. And she is, every day is a fight for her. Every single day. And she's engaged in our community. When there's a mommy with a new baby, she makes them cookies, even though she's like overwhelmed with life. She's like, no, I will be a part of something. And she's determined in her spirit. And when she's overwhelmed with anxiety, she just she's like, okay, I have to have this anxiety attack. I don't want to, but I have to, and I'm gonna deal with it. I'm gonna contact the people I need to contact. I'm gonna tell Mary to pray, and right? And she carries on day in and day out. I've never seen something so courageous. And then there's other people who are just like, oh, I want a miracle. Yeah, well, sometimes miracles are slow, babe. They are making the choices to put on your compression socks, even when you would prefer the skirt. And hey, what did I just say? I'm old. I could do compression socks with a skirt. I'm sitting at a desk by myself in a one-woman office. Who would even know? But that's not my point. My point is sometimes we neglect doing what we know we should do. So is there something you need to do today to take care of you? What are you not doing that you should be doing? What's missing today? And maybe the what's missing is taking something out of the schedule. Maybe the what's missing is breathing space. Are you running at 100? Because when you run at 100, this one I think was from Crystal Hurst Evans. When you run at 100 and then there's an emergency, there's no cushion. But when you run at 80 and an emergency comes, you can bump it up a little bit. And I think so often we run at 100. I remember telling my mom this in a very busy season of life. And she goes, how about you drop to 60? Because your 80 is everyone else's 100. And I went, oh. And it's good to have a trusted friend. Someone who loves you. Not someone who's critical, but someone who has a critical eye that can say, you know what? You're learning, but there's still more for you. My mom is like that for me. Love them so much. And before I go, a really quick story. So yesterday, I was so well cared for. So it was fantastic, to be honest. I went and so I'm going to be really, really honest. I just held a mug yesterday to show you my beautiful nails. There was no coffee in it. I was so mad. It was the first time I've ever faked it for you. Anyway, I was just so proud of my beautiful nails because I had to show them to you. But I took myself out for coffee yesterday. So I got a large coffee from Tim's. And then I'm drinking this large coffee. And the pastor, his office is across the hall from mine, he calls. He's like, I'm coming in. Do you need a coffee or do you need a tea? And I'm like, oh, no, I've already taken care of that. Thanks. About a half hour later, my coworker who's coming in to do some stuff with me, she calls, hey, I'm going to Tim's. Do you want a coffee or a tea? Actually, no, I'm doing well. I said, watch, you're the second person to offer today. My dad's going to walk in the door with a coffee for me, even though he usually comes on Thursdays. It was Wednesday, and sure enough, I'm here with a coffee. I'm like, yes. So I had 2 coffees, but potential of 4 coffees. I was like, that would have been doing something I shouldn't do. That's a little too much. But there really is coffee here today. I'm not taking myself out for coffee today. I can't even prove it to you, but there really is. There really, really is. Anyway, that's a funny story. Because sometimes you need funny stories too. And you might not find it funny at all, but I thought it was humorous. So much coffee. You can't fake with God. He knows. And he's like, you're going to sit there with an empty cup? I'm going to fill it and fill it and fill it and fill it. I'm just joking. Anyway, love you lots. Sweet dreams. And think about what's missing. Bye.